Good morning and welcome to Kid News. I'm Tori. It's Tuesday, June 8th, 2021. And we begin with a lot of excitement about the upcoming movie, Space Jam: A New Legacy. The original film from 1996 featured Bugs Bunny playing basketball with NBA legend Michael Jordan. This new version has megastar LeBron James, but in a just-released clip, it's actress Zendaya voicing the animated Lola, who steals the show. The film's director says he needed to go in a new direction with a more authentic, strong female character. Twitter reaction has been mixed to the new version of Lola, but fans can decide for themselves. The movie comes out July 16th. The billionaire founder of Amazon will be the first passenger on board his spaceflight company Blue Origin's inaugural launch next month. Jeff Bezos made the announcement on Instagram, writing, he's dreamed of flying in space ever since he was 5 years old, and he's going to bring along his brother Mark for the half-hour flight to the edge of space, where they'll experience 3 minutes of weightlessness before returning to Earth. And the third seat on the new Shepard will go to the winner of an online auction. The current bidding stands at $2.8 million, with proceeds going to Blue Origin's Foundation to inspire future generations to pursue careers in STEM. Blastoff is scheduled for July 20th. School's out for summer, or maybe not. It turns out more children than ever could be in classrooms for the next couple months instead of hanging out at the park or the beach to make up for lost learning when classes were mostly online. School districts nationwide are expanding their summer programs and offering teachers bonuses to take part. The U.S. Education Department says it's too early to know exactly how many students will sign up, but it's certain to be higher than the 3.3 million who did summer school in 2019 before the pandemic. U.S. leaders are on the road this week, but not for a summer vacation. Vice President Kamala Harris is in Mexico today after a stop in Guatemala. She's been holding talks with those countries' presidents as well as community leaders to discuss poverty, economic instability, and extreme weather problems in Central America. Meanwhile, President Biden heads to England on Friday for his first international trip as president. He'll attend a big summit with the leaders of the world's top 7 economies, known as the G7. Stop feeding the peacocks. That's the message in one Southern California community that's become overrun with them. The feral fowl are descendants from a small flock imported by a wealthy entrepreneur in the late 19th century. Now hundreds roam free in Pasadena and other nearby towns. Some neighbors enjoy their colorful presence, but most feel they're a nuisance with all the droppings and ear-splitting shrieks. As early as today, the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors could pass an ordinance outlawing the feeding of peacocks with a fine of $1,000 or 6 months in jail. In sports news, Jon Rahm had a 6-stroke lead in the Memorial Golf Tournament in Ohio this weekend, but after the third round on Saturday, the Spaniard found out he tested positive for COVID-19 and had to drop out. He'll remain in isolation for 10 days in accordance with CDC guidelines. On a more positive note, in women's golf, Yuka Saso bounced back from 2 early double bogeys and won the U.S. Women's Open in San Francisco. The 19-year-old is now the first Filipino to ever win a golf major, and she's also tied for the youngest winner of that tournament. That's it for Kid News. We want to say a big thank you to all our generous donors who help keep the only daily podcast of news just for kids going. If you'd like to make a donation that's tax-deductible through our fiscal sponsor, Independent Arts and Media, please go to our website, www.kidnews.org. Now, the Kid News quiz. When does the movie Space Jam: A New Legacy come out? July 16th. What company founder will be blasting off to the edge of space next month? Blue Origin's Jeff Bezos. A rule in Southern California will make it illegal to feed what animal? Peacocks. Why did a golfer have to drop out of a tournament when he had a big lead? He tested positive for COVID-19. In One for the Road, a crafty mom has turned the invasion of those noisy cicadas into some super creative pictures. Oxana is a professional photographer in Arlington, Virginia, and got her 5-year-old daughter to help her come up with some miniature displays for the red-eyed bugs. Some make it look like they're competing in the Olympics, archery, pole vault, and table tennis, to be specific. She also got shots of them in a circus, on a flying trapeze, and even getting a coronavirus vaccine. Oxana said the critters opted for the J&J shot since they probably won't be around for the second dose. Before we go, we want to offer a big KidNuz shout out to some of our amazing teachers and their students, starting with Mrs. Widad at Garden Lakes Elementary in Rome, Georgia, Mrs. David at St. Anne's School in Emmaus, Pennsylvania, Mrs. Atkinson at Nashua Elementary in Kansas City, Missouri, Mrs. Carpenter at Beetle Lake Elementary in Battle Creek, Michigan, and Mrs. Errol at Goodnight Elementary in Pueblo, Colorado. Thanks for listening. We hope you tune in for more KidNuz tomorrow morning.